The Peak Week 5 day shred. So here I am promoting it, and there's probably a few of you that are wondering what it actually is. Like, what is, before I sign up, what is actually entailed in in this 5 day program? Well, what's entailed? First of all, the program is in fact 7 days. So we start next Sunday, December the 8th, and we finish the following Saturday, the 14th. However, the diet itself is only 5 days, Monday through Friday. That is it. So I do a pre-program live coaching call. I do two coaching calls during the week, and I do one at the end. So there's a lot of coaching, a lot of hand holding by me. What is required? So, what is required? This is going to be a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet. It is not suitable at all for vegans because although you do not have to eat red meat, I don't, you do have to eat fish, turkey, chicken, something, all of which are interchangeable. But this program is not suitable for my vegan friends. The first 2 days are very straightforward. Um, Everybody thinks so super, oh, this is easy, I can do this. And the first 2 days are pretty excellent because for sustained weight loss, you could stay on the first 2 days and get amazing results. So the first 2 days are getting people used to eating real foods again. The foods I've got to stress are very specific though. So there's some foods that you might think of healthy and oh, I should be able to eat these, and no, they're not in, and they're not in there for a reason. I use specific foods, highly digestible foods, which is a big part of this. So the first 2 days are the same, pretty easy. The second 2 days are bland. Yeah. You're also drinking a lot of water. And the fifth day is pretty bland, but I put food in on day five. And by the time people have got past it, day four is the worst, and day five, people are fine. So that's the program. Um, why should you join? So the obvious one is weight loss. So 7 to 8 pounds is average, 10 is very common, and the record is two guys of 16 pounds. I'm not about to tell you that's all fat, it's not. But you know, a lot of us, most of us, all of us are walking around with excess weight. So excess weight isn't just fat weight. Excess weight is actual food that is in transit that can take up to 5 days to pass. That in itself can equate to inches off your waistline, just that one thing. Also, people are walking around with about 7 to 8% of their body weight in excess water. Now, in excess water, not critical water, there is no dehydration in this program. Far from it. And then, of course, body fat. Um, so a 5 day program, everybody finishes. It's 80% of people come back and do it again and again and again. But why would you join? The weight loss is cool. It's cool. And sometimes we just need to see that scale move. People think that their body's broken, it's stuck, plateaued, and then they do the 5 day shred and like, oh, maybe not. It also will bring things up. So I know, so I'll be doing it, and Kevin, my husband, will be doing the shred. And right now, I'm okay with my body weight, so that's not what I'm doing it for. But I've definitely the holidays so far, I've kicked in a few bad habits. I'm not drinking nearly enough water. There's a little bit of sugar going on. So for me, the 5 day shred just kicks out my bad habits immediately because there's no wiggle room. You know, the bad habits stop. Period. And I get my good habits back. I get the habits that when I'm living them, I really feel better about myself, you know? So that's a great one. So a reset, getting back on track, getting your mojo back, mentally, physically. There's also a huge benefit to doing hard things. So when we accomplish something, we feel good about ourselves. I mean, think of something that you did that was rather difficult and you completed it. You feel pretty good about it, right? Well, this is 5 days. You will finish. I mean, there's no pressure, but everybody that does it in the group format finishes, which is an interesting phenomenon because when people do it in the group format, everybody finishes. When people do the program by themselves, because let's face it, once you've done Peak Week, you've got it. You don't have to come back and do the group format. You've got it. You know, you've got when people do it by themselves, it's about 50-50, myself included. 50% finish it, 50% kind of bonk out. So the group energy is really cool. Even if you're not really involved in the group, it still has a lifting force and it makes this program easier and fun. I've actually got one lady that was wanting to join the program, but she's traveling. And she's asking if she could do it the following week. And I said, yeah, of course you can, but you won't be in the group. And she's, oh my gosh, the group's, the funnest part. And it really is. So if you haven't been in one of my groups before, they are small enough to be personal and large enough to be dynamic. I doubt this program will be really big given the time of the year. But what does it do for me? So that's what it does for you. It's a mental reset. It gets you back eating real food, getting you back on the habits that you like about yourself and kicking out the bad ones. Plus, you'll get a nice big movement on the scale and inches off usually from the waistline. Now, what is it for me? For me, I've got 4 coaching calls with you, and I get the opportunity to show you how I work. So I have longer programs, I have bigger programs, I have much more in-depth programs. But what Peak Week does is it allows me to show you how I coach. And I coach as an information giver. So what I want Peak Week, I want you to get great results on Peak Week. But what I want you to get is to be fascinated. I want you to be intrigued. I want you to be curious. I want you to be kind of excited by the information that I give you over the week. Now, what happens is over the 4 coaching programs, what I try to do is I try and cover different topics every time I do Peak Week. I mean, obviously, I explain why Peak Week works so well, because once you understand it, then the results aren't really, they're expected. They're not, not a surprise. They're absolutely expected. But then I tend to pick different topics from my whole coaching curriculum, and again, it's an opportunity for me to show you what I do, but for you, I hope to give you some really thought-provoking, fascinating information about nutrition, exercise, and longevity. So that is the Peak Week 5-day shred, 7-day program, 5-day diet. It is a low price point for you to come in and work with me. It's probably the only price that hasn't gone up in the last 2 years, right? But we do start on December the 8th, next Sunday. And the last time I coached this program live was January. So it doesn't come around very often. So don't hesitate. Hesitation is just lost opportunity, and hesitation is the first step. It's just another word for failure, right? So don't hesitate because you've got a question. Just jump in. It's 5 days. 5dayshred.com. Link right here. I would love to have you join.